Hello everyone. Let's begin today's class by watching this video. Just watch this video, then we'll discuss what happens in the video. Then we'll come to today's topic. Here, both the person wants to communicate, but they are using different language. They are not able to communicate. Let's see what happens now. Here he used English language. He also used English language. So that is possible to communication between what? The two persons. That means what? When the two persons wants to communicate, there should be a common language, or there should be a compatibility between the person. In the similar way, for the computer or any computing devices, there should be a communication between them, compatibility communication between them. So let's start by this. We'll start today's topic, that is data communication. That means how the data is going to be communicated between two computing devices. First, by seeing the definition of this data communication, we will start our class. And these are the topics to be covered today's class. The first, let's begin with the definition. Here we can see there are the two words here. One is data, another one is a communication. First, see what is the meaning of data, then what is the meaning of communication. By combining the meaning of both, we will get the definition of data communication. That is, the word data refers to the information that may be in any other forms that two parties want to communicate with each other. Okay, next is what? The word communication. The communication is nothing but what? The sharing of the information in any other form. Then by combining the meaning of these two, we'll derive the definition for data communication. That is, the communications are the exchange of data between the two devices via some forms of transmission medium, such as it may be a wired cable or it may be a radio signal. So once we have a data communications, there should be a system which should include some of the components. Then see what are the different components of the data communication system. Those are, the first and foremost important thing is a message or a data, or you can call it as a information that you want to exchange between the two computing devices. That is called a message. Second one is a sender. The sender is nothing but the computing device or the device which creates the message for data communication. That is also called source, because that is a source for creating the data. Third one is a transmission medium. Transmission medium is nothing but it is a carrier for the data which is to be transferred from one point to another point. Another one is a receiver, or it is also called destination. The receiver is nothing but a device which accepts the data sent by the sender. Last one is a protocol. The protocol is nothing but a rule. Without this, the two communicating parties cannot be communicated. They can be connected, but they cannot be communicated. So we need to use these protocols for compatible communication between the two devices. Here is an image of how exactly the components of the communication systems are organized. There are the protocols. Both the computing devices has to be agreed upon the same protocol for the communication. Here computer A is treated as a sender. Here computer B is treated as a receiver. And here there is a transmission medium. The transmission medium may be a wired medium or it may be a wireless, and on this the message is going to be transferred from the computer A to computer B. Next is once we have a communication system, there should be a data flow or there should be a transmission mode through which how the data is transferred from the two computing devices. Based on that, we have a three transmission modes, namely simplex, half duplex and full duplex. That defines, the mode defines the direction of the signal flow between two computing devices. Okay, here we have this GIF is nothing but how the data is transferred or from one source or transmitter to receiver. In a simplex mode, it is a unidirectional. We can observe there is a point or a ball that is traveling from transmitter to receiver, that is only in unidirection or in a only one direction. The example of this type of communication is the monitor. If you consider a technical example, the communication between the monitor and the keyboard can transfer the data to the monitor, but the monitor cannot send any data back to the keyboard. Next one is half duplex mode of transmission, in which the data can be transferred in both the direction but one at a time. That means while sending the data from transmitter to receiver, the receiver has to wait until and unless the transmitter has to complete its transmission of the data. That means what, here we can observe that while receiver is sending, the transmitter is waiting, while transmitter is sending, receiver has to wait. Okay, next example for this one is you can have the walkie-talkie. Walkie-talkie is nothing but what, those two are the communication devices, but here the one has to wait until and unless the other one has to be complete their transmission. Okay, next one is full duplex mode of transmission. In this full duplex mode of transmission, the data will be transferred in both the direction at the same time. That means the sender can send, the receiver can receive, same time the vice versa is also possible at the same time. The example for this is a telephone call. Almost everybody is using the telephones. At the same time both can call and communicate with each other. Okay, next we have you have a combined vision of all the three modes of transmission. Here in the simplex mode, only in one direction data is going to travel, and in the half duplex mode, the first A is sending the data, B is receiving, while B is sending the data, the A is receiving. That means what, here both can send and receive, but one at a time. And in the case of full duplex mode, in both the directions the data transmission is possible. At the same time, we can observe the arrow marks here that indicates at the same time the both can transmit and receive the data. Here is an example or comparison of real life example of the half duplex and full duplex. Here what happens, you can observe in the half duplex, the one it is a one-way, it is a two-way road, but what happens, the two-way road, like the bridge if you consider, on the bridge the only one vehicle can pass at a time. Simply if in both the direction the vehicles are coming, they will collide each other, that we can see here. And in the full duplex mode, it is like a two-way lane. There is a separate path for one side, one direction, and for the another direction vehicles, there is a divider in between, so that there is no collision. The data can be, or vehicle can be move in both the directions. Okay. Let us, I hope you understood the what is the data communication and what are the 5 components of data communications, such are sender, receiver, transmission medium, then the protocol. The third thing we have discussed today is how the data is flow between the devices that can occur in any of the 3 ways, that is simplex, half duplex or full duplex. For the further information, you can refer the book Data Communication and Networks by